Hey everyone, this is Giancarlo Veronini coming to you from one of the Capcom meeting rooms at E3 2009, and I am here with Frank Felice, who's Product Marketing Manager for Lost Planet 2, and he's going to take us through one of the levels from the game and going to tell us a little bit about what's new.
So right here is the Salamander boss that we're revealing. This is playable at the show floor for Lost Planet 2. This is one of the early on bosses for Lost Planet. It's actually one of the smaller bosses in the game. So you can imagine and see the scale and size of this enemy. You can imagine how big the bosses are going to be towards the end of the game. Some of the things that you just saw that are new to Lost Planet. You saw the run feature, so original feedback from the community was the game was a little slow, that trudging through the snow wasn't a lot of fun, so the team implemented a run feature, so really picks up the pace of the game, and it's a lot more fluid and fast-paced as well. Let me see here. So obviously you can see just the sheer scope and size of this boss. Oh, whoa. Oh, he just died. Oh. So there's a couple different ways that you can go ahead and take out this boss. You can see his weak points in his knees and that core at the top of his back there. There's different strategies. The game does support 4-player co-op. So as you're going through the game, you can have a couple guys fighting him from the outside, hitting that top core on his back. You can also take out his legs, and he'll actually drop down, and you can climb in through his mouth as well, and attack him from the inside. So the guys on the outside are attacking that core that you see right there. From the outside, guys shooting it, driving it back up from the inside, really kind of focusing on that 4-player co-op experience.
Is the co-op just drop in, drop out, or?
So at the end of a level, you can drop in and drop out. So not live on the fly, but you can, during the middle of a stage, drop in and drop out, yes.
Other cooperative players that you're with, can they sort of draw his attention away from you or do things like that?
Absolutely. So how the enemy, basically how the Acrid bosses go after after the players is whoever's kind of doing the most damage, it will kind of attack that player. So if, for example, someone is really struggling, you can see a couple teammates down there. If one guy is really doing a lot of damage and the other guys are kind of struggling, they've also implemented a feature that allows you to basically help out the supported players. So you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen there's the T energy with the Y and the left trigger. What you can do is by doing that button press like I just did, you can then shoot thermal energy at teammates. So if a teammate's struggling, you can then fire thermal energy at them like this, and it then gives them life that they can then support themselves with. So it's kind of really focusing on the team play aspect of the game.
Can you pilot any of the mechs in this level? Are there any of those available here?
So while this one is not functional, you can definitely take off weapons from the VSs like you could in the first. So Lost Planet is all about massive weapons and massive bosses. It's all about the size and scale of the enemies. You can see by just the sheer size of this Acrid boss. Oh, he's about to eat me. He just squished me. You can definitely pilot VSs. We'll get into a VS right here in a second. So there's the Capcom 1 down there. He's grabbing a data post. So you'll notice in the top left that team battle gauge, that's basically your team's lifeline. So as you progress or as players die, whatever the case may be, that will either go up or down accordingly. If you reach 0, then the game is over for your team and you will need to try again. So really kind of focusing on that teamwork aspect and making sure that players are working together basically in that team life bar. So here's one of those vital suits that we mentioned earlier. You can actually ride together with team members as well, so you can have a teammate. There's Capcom 1 over there. You can actually pilot it over towards them. He's going to go actually get swallowed in his mouth. Run towards the mouth of the beast. Oh, he just closed his mouth. Just missed it. Let me see. All right. So here's my buddies on the vital suit. You can press B to grab on. You can now ride on the vital suit and shoot at the same time. So vital suits will support up to 3 players. You can ride around. Whoa. Here's another variation of the vital suit. So this one's a little bit more mobile. You're able to dash and ride around. And of course it has a Gatling gun, which does a lot of damage to the legs.
And the bar at the bottom of the screen, is that the boss life bar?
That's the boss's life bar. You just saw that he did an electrical charge, so what he'll do is he'll kind of rear up on his hind legs and kind of release this electrical pulse that if you don't jump just at the right time, that you'll actually... So if you get hurt, you can then hit the start button. You'll notice in the top left that takes off your thermal energy, but it also gives you more life. So where in Lost Planet 1, that thermal energy was kind of your life source, it's kind of the same thing here for Lost Planet 2.
So it seems like there have been like a lot of really cool improvements. What would you say is the biggest difference between the original Lost Planet and the sequel?
So the biggest difference is the 4-player co-op through the campaign. That's a big new thing. And then if you thought the bosses were big in the first one, they're even bigger in the second one. So oh man, Arya, he killed.
So when can we expect Lost Planet 2 to come out, and which platforms is it coming out for?
It's coming out for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 coming out this winter.
Great, thanks a lot.